Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Miss Mark. Welcome to another 6 a.m. video. I'm doing another voiceover here so that I didn't have to talk and paint at the same time. And I'm answering some questions that I've gotten on Instagram and YouTube. So grab a cup of coffee or some tea, or I don't know, wine or beer if you're old enough, and settle in for a cozy little video. This sketch page that I'm working on here, I worked on this in one of my 6 a.m. sessions. It's from a little sci-fi story that I have been working on. Characters don't have names, although somebody did suggest Noah for the main male protagonist. And I don't know why, it just struck me as very cute and fitting. So the guy's name might be Noah. We don't know. But thank you to the person who commented that, because it's really adorable. I actually am the kind of person who really likes very ordinary sounding names for fantasy or sci-fi characters. I think it's cute. Maybe cute isn't the right word. I like that the name is cozy in an unfamiliar setting. Okay, like the idea that Luke Skywalker is named Luke. I think that's cool. Duncan, Idaho. Somebody having the last name Idaho in a book and movie like Dune. I like those super down-to-earth names for fantasy characters. That's why, like, in my comic that I'm working on, Toby. Like, Toby is such an adorable name for a character that has this ethereal amount of power. Anyway, so one of the questions that I got over on Instagram a few weeks ago was, what would a dream come true for your comics be? What would be a dream come true for your comics? And I've been thinking about this, and I think sorta, if I'm really just daydreaming, I would love to make comics full time. I would love for comics to bring in enough money that I could just draw, 6 to 8 hours a day and really give it 100% of my focus. I would like that. However, what I have learned about myself is I don't like the business side of it. I don't like the stress of like my livelihood being tied to art. If I could somehow make enough money that like if I could somehow make so much money from art that I no longer had to worry about money, I think that's the only way I would enjoy doing art for a living. Because otherwise, it's just stressful, and you feel like your art has to earn money, and my brain is not wired to enjoy that, or to enjoy the thrill of it, or enjoy the challenge of it. I just want to draw. So a dream come true, I guess, would be having a sponsor who just gives me a bunch of money every month to draw my own comics. That would be a dream come true. Outside of that, kind of my next level dream come true would be to have enough extra income to pay somebody to be like an assistant or like a colorist. Just coloring is not my favorite thing. There's a few little things I wish I could pay somebody else to do because I don't care that much about it. So that would be cool. I think either draw all the time or make enough money to pay somebody else to do the stuff I don't like doing. Coloring is one of it. I like doing the shading and the effects and everything, but like the flatting, I don't enjoy. And then like scanning the artwork, or if I had an assistant to help do my social media, that kind of thing, because I don't enjoy doing that. I like YouTube, but I don't like doing like Instagram videos or anything like that. My brain just doesn't want to do it. It wants to draw. However, one of my biggest dreams for art is already coming true, and I think the most important thing, the most vital thing for me as a comic artist is to have an audience of people that I know will look forward to my comic, enjoy it, support it. Not even financially, that is fun, but I am the kind of person who just the warm fuzzy feeling of knowing I have readers is outstanding. And I think over on Webtoons, I have close to 6,000 subscribers to my current comic, Dazer and Eleanor. And that feeling, that warm and fuzzy feeling, is probably my biggest dream come true. So there you go. I wish I could draw more. I wish I had more time to give my art. But outside of that, I'm just grateful that I get to do it and that people enjoy it. So those are some dreams come true for my art. I did have someone on a recent video ask if I was planning to continue my my comic Third Prince is the Charm. And I kind of had forgotten a little bit about that, but once that person asked, I was like, oh no, I wanted to draw that. And it made me think, like, maybe, kind of, sort of, a dream come true would be to have enough time to work on my main comic projects. You go see? There's a noise outside. And then have time enough, oh my gosh, to work on side projects, you know, like work on my main project like 5 or 6 hours a day, and then the last couple hours of the day work on like Third Prince is the Charm or something. I would like to go back to Third Prince is the Charm, although it feels like it'd be kind of weird. It was exclusively drawn on my iPad, and I'm so focused on traditional work now that like the iPad feels kind of foreign, but maybe I'll pick it up and let myself work on it for a couple 6 a.m. sessions here and there. Although I am trying to get back into the full swing of things for Dazer and Eleanor, so who knows? I have thought about, this is a slight tangent, but here we go. I have thought about the possibility of just writing comics and maybe trying to collaborate with somebody. But I love drawing so much that the idea of collaborating and giving somebody else the art part of the job is like, why would I give away my favorite part of the job? Whoa. I also think, in a weird way, having a day job that brings in a paycheck so that art doesn't have to make money is more of a dream come true than I would have thought, because I think everybody dreams of finding this thing they like to do and somehow just getting paid to do it all the time. Like that's the dream, right? You like to sing, draw, read, write, whatever. And it would just be great to get a job where you get to do that all day, every day. I have kind of discovered that's not necessarily how I want to spend my time. In theory, I like the idea of drawing all day, every day. Maybe not physically drawing 8 hours a day. I don't know if that's good for the human arm. But I've discovered I kind of like having a job that, one, like, makes me leave the house, interact with people, interact with customers, and then I get a paycheck, and when I come home to draw, all of that stuff, I can just leave it at work. I don't need to earn money from my art. Art doesn't have to do anything but be art, you know? And I don't know, I like that. Art would have to make so much money for me to feel good, like, feel at ease. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to earn so much money from my art to get to the point where I'm not stressed about money from my art. But even then, I don't know. I would be curious to know if you guys have any, like, dream come true for your art. You know, what would be like what is your dream for your projects, for your writing, your art, your music, your reading, your breakfast. What are your big dreams? I think some little dreams that I have that aren't like super big priorities, like it'd be nice to do it, but I'm not really interested in pursuing it. One would be printing a comic. I like the idea of that, but it also seems a little intimidating to me, so I don't really want to pursue it fully yet. But like printing a comic would be pretty cool. I like the idea of expanding the kind of like merchandise that people could buy, like to like sell like nicer quality prints and stuff like that. And I don't know, there's a lot of little things that I would like to see happen with my art. I think I would enjoy making money from YouTube more than I would like directly from comic sales, and I don't know why that is. I just don't personally tie so much of my identity to YouTube videos. Like, I very, very deeply identify as an artist, so therefore money as an artist feels like it's tied to my personal value. I do not deeply identify as a YouTuber at all, really. So I don't tie my self-worth to my identity as a YouTuber because I don't think of myself that way. So I feel more comfortable with the idea of making money from YouTube videos than I do from comics. My brain's a little weird that way. It just is what it is. But, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Brain's gonna do what a brain's gonna do. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys kind of like, what your hopes and dreams are for comics, and I don't know, are you taking any steps to like kind of nudge those dreams a little bit closer to reality? Let me know down in the comments below. Comics? I think I said comics. Down in the comments below. Those would be my dreams. Okay, here's one last super specific. I mean, this is a ridiculously specific dream, but it's been on my mind for years now. I once watched a documentary about a manga artist. It was a series by Naoki Urasawa. I don't know if they're still on YouTube. He did a series for a while, like interviewing famous manga artists. And there was this one, I can't remember who it was. I can't even remember what she drew. But there was this one where this lady, this artist, first thing in the morning, part of her routine was to go out to her like big garden, and she would just kind of pick stuff from her garden for breakfast, go inside, and she made like a breakfast like salad type of thing or something. She would go inside, make her breakfast, and it would all be stuff from her garden, and then she would go into her studio to work. And I keep thinking like, man, I want that kind of morning. I go out to my garden, harvest my breakfast, and then sit down and draw. That would be absolutely amazing. Gardening is hard for me, though. I mean, it's not that hard, but I haven't taken steps to make that specific dream come true. Although I do enjoy my like first thing in the morning drawing sessions. I am really digging those, and it's really helping me get my comic production back on track and kind of into a rhythm. So, but I typically just have like a bagel that I did not make and harvest. So, you know, I'm trying though. I'm trying. I think I can just be impressed with myself drawing before the sun is up. I think I can be satisfied that I'm doing the best I can, and it's okay if my breakfast wasn't grown in my own backyard. That's okay. Anyway, we're kind of coming close to the end of this video here, so thank you guys for watching. I hope I was able to keep you company, and I hope that you had a good time. Again, let me know in the comments below what your dream is for your projects, and what would be a dream come true for you. I would love to know. And if you have any questions or topics you want me to talk about, leave those in the comments below as well. And I will try to get to them in future videos. Thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!